Hi. Welcome to the Pinfall Podcast. It's where we talk about wrestling.
Can't even tell if you're mad about NXT or you're mad about the Yankees right now.
Not about NXT. That's for goddamn sure. NXT is a welcome distraction.
This this was the lowest I've ever rated an episode of NXT.
Really? With Tony even?
Tony.
Dog. I'm your host, Liz. I'm joined as always by my co-host, Marcus.
Boom. Baby.
Gab on the haters.
Well, this was NXT. I love how instead of like pulling it up on your laptop, like your other laptop, you crane your neck around to see it on the TV.
Because here's the thing. If I have it on the laptop while I'm doing this, and I can see it out of my peripheral, whatever fucking happens, you're getting a live reaction. At least this way, it's like, what I can't see can't hurt me.
It'll hurt your neck though.
You know what? Fine. At this point, it's the last time it's gonna fucking hurt my neck.
You could just turn it off though.
I'll go down with the goddamn shit, buddy. I'm just not gonna be fucking pleased about it.
You seem to be going down like you're in a lifeboat, but you're still in the boat. Or your lifeboat is like tied to the boat right now. Like you don't want to be in the boat, but yet you still are.
It's fine. It's just soul crushing. But I've got alcohol. We're gonna be okay. I'm gonna be fine, and I'm totally not gonna cry about this. Don't worry. That'd be weird.
Yep. This episode of NXT was not great. Had a couple decent matches. One that felt like a throwback episode. Pete Dunne versus Cameron Grimes. That very much felt like here's to the old NXT. You know, you guys, you get a little bit as a treat.
Rhea was talking about how she would love to go back to NXT, and then like if you read the article, she was like, "I would love to have gone back to the NXT that it used to be because it was edgier, and I don't know if I would really fit in anymore." And I was like,
Oh,
you wouldn't." No. Start there.
We also had the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Elimination match for the tag title. That was fun. The crowd made it awful. The crowd fucking
Oh my god.
Was
what
the worst
smart
part.
Fucking audience.
Them chanting for Carmelo Hayes after he was the first one eliminated.
I don't know what it is about the Florida crowds, but they are like the biggest group of fucking smarks that like have ever existed.
I wouldn't say all Florida crowds because Daly's place wasn't a bad crowd.
Okay, sorry. All NXT Florida crowds. How's that? I think that's a safe.
It's their only crowd. I think they have a recurring crowd that comes back every week. But it was like the worst part is you can hear two guys. If they're loud enough, you can hear two guys yelling because there was an MSK chant going on, which is like the first time you've ever heard it. And then these two guys would chant "sucks" after MSK, which is like, I mean, I get it. It's a wrestling show.
They were probably the two guys that were chanting for Mandy.
I don't think so. I don't know. They were doing some weird chants.
Because there was like two people cheering for Mandy when she came out, and it was very sad.
Maybe it was them. I don't know. But we had Joe Gacy featured prominently in the episode. He's gonna be in a championship contenders match next week. We had the debut of Tony D'Angelo, the best. Have him fight CM Punk.
What we deserve.
Man is, I mean, he's good. Like, he is good in the ring. His match with Malik Blade was pretty good. Besides that, I mean, it was like a pretty uneventful show. They announced the matches for Halloween Havoc. They announced Halloween Havoc. Yeah. Von Wagner continues to simp over Kyle O'Reilly for some reason.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. That one's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to get into the news before we go too deep into the episode?
Yeah, I've only got two pieces of news. The first one's actually quite exciting. It's that NXT UK is going to have a crowd this week or next week?
Next week.
Okay, so they're going to have a crowd next week.
It's when
which is really exciting.
Ilya defends the title against A-Kid.
And that's going to be great because if there's one thing that NXT UK has been in sore need of, it's a live crowd and not that same piped in noise. So I'm excited for that.
Me too.
And then my other piece of news is that apparently JBL was accused of bullying Mauro Ranallo before he left the company in 2017.
What? JBL, a bully?
I know.
Who could have guessed?
Ranallo said that he didn't leave because of JBL, but there were more than enough rumors from just people inside that suggests that it had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And JBL said, maybe I could have deserved the accusations. I don't know. You know, we were younger. We broke balls. I'm a loud guy from the South, and a lot of people I think took that wrong. And I'm like, is that your cop out for everything, bud? Is that it?
I'm from the South. I get to bully people. Hey, alright. Well,
News section was too short. Didn't even fucking change the sign again. God damn it. God damn it.
you need to.
Yeah, no.
Alright, well, let's talk about NXT, shall we? I gave this NXT a 4.37. That's the lowest it's ever been. Albeit I started the rankings or the ratings in May, but still, over the course of 5 months, this is the lowest it's ever been.
Yeah.
Alright, so we start off immediately with Mandy Rose versus Ember Moon. And I was like, cool. This could be a really good match. Mandy can show herself when she wants to. And Ember is always fantastic. There's no way this can't be.
Hyped.
Yeah.
I was thrilled for Ember.
There's no way this can't be a great match. Little did I know that I forgot about fucking Kevin Dunn saying, we're only gonna make this a 2-minute match, 5-minute match, because we have to fit in 7 other matches.
Alright. So, there's an elbow to Mandy and then like a little taunt. Mandy ends up slapping Ember across the face. Ember ends up laying Mandy upside down in the corner on the top buckle. Gigi then loads Mandy from the ring after Ember runs into her. Moon ends up suicide diving onto JC Jane, who's out there as well. Mandy then wants a pump knee. She gets caught by Ember, gets powerbombed into the apron. Mandy does hit a funky little suplex to Ember. I couldn't quite explain it, but it was like kind of just pancaked her. And then she gets some body scissors on Ember that Ember rolls backwards with. There's a big elbow to Mandy, and then Ember goes up top, gets a pair of knees to the face of Mandy off the post, and then goes for the Eclipse, fails to do so, gets a pump knee to the face for a clean win, which I said, oh, okay. Do you remember when Ember was like supposed to leave and change something?
Change. She said there was like something needed to be changed.
Yeah. You recall that? Or was I dreaming?
What needed to be changed was she needed to go on 205 Live, which she has been. God. Remember when the NXT women's division was the best division in the world?
And now we're bringing it back down with whatever the fuck is going on with Toxic Attraction.
Yep.
I hate to sound like one of those people too, but it's like there's something about Toxic Attraction that just feels so like processed.
Yeah. Like I tweeted, they don't. There's nothing about them that feels like lead stable, lead faction. They're just like 3 women. 2 of them are new, which is the funniest part. They're new. They're still very green. And Mandy is like not really intimidating. And you're trying to show off as a dominant force, but you're essentially just 3 sexy women. Like that's your gimmick. Like that is it. That's your gimmick.
And there's a difference between, and I'm gonna sound like my mother, and I don't want this to sound wrong. It might. There's a difference between making yourself look sexy and being sexy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I get that.
Okay. I don't know. It's just there's so much fucking heat between people about like this NXT versus the old NXT, and it's so tiring. But I just hate this. Or this with Mandy and JC Jane and Gigi. I hate it.
Yeah. Yep. That's not all that is bad about tonight. There's plenty more. But
Any more where that came from?
there's also some good stuff about tonight, like this promo. We got a promo from Legado, the saving grace of NXT right now. So Santos says SmackDown saved your asses, hit row. It's hard to respect a group whose deadliest weapons are words. You can run to SmackDown like the coward. We know you are. You know, or I know you are. You know you are. Or you could prove to me you're a man by facing me for the North American Championship. Then we get Odyssey Jones versus LA Knight.
Yeah, LA gets fucking yeeted twice. He runs away. He gets back in the ring and runs at Jones, only to get shoulder tackled. Knight takes out Jones's leg, sending him into the buckle. Oh god. He hits some cross faces to Odyssey against the ropes, and then a pump knee on the apron. Back in the ring, he hits an elbow drop onto Odyssey. Nate looks like he wants to suplex Jones, but instead he gets flattened. There's a series of clubbing blows tonight, and then a clothesline. Gets thrown down into. Okay.
What?
I can't say it because it's gonna happen again. Something on my computer turned on. For no good reason.
Okay.
Oh, I know why it turned on. Okay. I said a series. I don't like her. She stresses me out. So we get a gutbuster over the thigh tonight, and then who but Andre Chase comes in and distracts Odyssey Jones. Knight ends up tackling Jones. Chase keeps him from getting the rope break with his leg, and LA Knight wins. I had fun. I had a good time.
I mean, nice for LA Knight to win, but at the same time, I feel like he shouldn't have. You know?
Yeah.
This is Odyssey Jones.
No.
He's a big fucking dude. If anyone of the new roster is gonna get over LA Knight, it's gonna be Odyssey.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely didn't think that Knight should have won this.
Yeah. Then we have an interview with Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes. He says, "Love is in the air. I am on the search to find a lucky lady." Pete Dunn and Ridge Holland walk in. Pete says, No woman would come near you. Things might be changing, but I'm still the baddest man in NXT. How about I show you tonight?" "Just excuse me," He walks away and finds two women. He says, "Any of you single?" What the fuck is going on? Why?
Yeah, like,
Why is this a storyline?
and like relationships has become like we honestly we all loved Indy and Dexter. It's cursed us because they got it right, and now we've got fucking the main roster writers with their hands in the pot, and it's like they're just gonna keep redoing it.
Yeah. Then we have Von Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly backstage. Kyle asks, "Last week was the second time you had my back. Why?" Von Wagner says, "It took an opportunity and I jumped on it. I respect you, Kyle. You got a heart." Kyle says, "After the last year, I don't trust anybody. Let me handle my business." Von Wagner is not good at promos. I gotta be honest.
He's got a very thick Minnesotan accent too.
Yeah, he's got a very Minnesotan accent, which is one thing. But like, first of all, he doesn't talk like a Von Wagner. Von Wagner should be fucking like, should have like a German accent or something, some European accent, or Old English. Like, and he's stiff with his words. He's very stiff. But after that, we get Tommaso Ciampa in the ring. He says, "Let's get right to it. On Tuesday night, October 26th, Halloween Havoc returns. Champ needs an opponent. The roster is full of hungry men and women. One man says he is not a patient man. He wants to be the flag bearer of NXT. The thing is, in the world we live in, actions speak louder than words. Who has the balls to come out here and take my NXT title?" Braun Breaker comes out despite only having one win in NXT, while Zion Quinn has two. Zion Quinn should be the next runner-up.
Yeah.
Zion Quinn, let's see. Zion Quinn right now is tied with Boa and Dante Chen. So, maybe it's because Braun Breaker knocked down LA Knight. Maybe that's why he got the big win, the win that mattered, I guess. But it's still only one. But Braun Breaker comes out. He says, "Tommaso Ciampa, I've treated you with respect. I do not give a damn if I've been here for 4 minutes. I want to be NXT champion. You want to fight someone with balls? I've got the biggest balls in the locker room. At Halloween Havoc, me and you for that." Ciampa says, "You want to know the difference between you and me? You want this NXT title. I need this NXT title. This title is just a stepping stone for something bigger and better. Halloween Havoc is 3 weeks away. The way I see it, you have 3 weeks to go from an intern to a PhD. Challenge accepted." So maybe that's like 3 weeks to get more wins under your belt. Good, that's fine. But they should have been like, to add more stakes into this feud, Ciampa should have been like, you got 3 weeks to get 3 wins. I tell you, that's fair. 1 win a week. Go undefeated for 3 weeks, and if he can't, he doesn't get that title shot. Add some stakes. USA wanted more stakes.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get a promo from Joe Gacy, god damn it, and he says, "While social media platforms crashed, I sat with my voice. One platform that won't crash is NXT. Just give it like a year or so. Tonight, I'll use the ring as our safe space. Tonight, we gather in unity to prove that conflict will end peacefully. There can be 2 winners." Like, he's clearly using safe space as just a buzzword. This had less buzzwords, but still. Like, just What's he saying? Why
I don't.
is he a professional wrestler? Why is this iteration of Joe Gacy wrestling if he wants to have 2 winners, if he wants peaceful conflict resolution? Why?
I literally cannot tell you, and it makes me annoyed that I can't tell you.
What if this was like him getting away from his safe space and letting out his aggression in the ring? I feel like that's a vibe that would translate better with the crowd. You know? At least that gives some motivation. It's not perfect, because he still got the shitty gimmick going, but it's something.
Right.
So then we get a promo with Indy Hartwell and Persia Perota. Persia asks Indy, how is Dexter? Indy said they went through like 2 packs of condoms. Indy says he's 9.5 inches long.
Here I was thinking that there would be like a moment of like, oh haha, what we actually mean is like,
he was
fucking
eating
who the
a
fuck knows?
9.5 inch long sandwich.
Yes, like something goofy I thought was gonna happen, and it didn't. It definitely did not.
Liz, NXT's getting edgier.
I guess.
And then smoke was coming out of a door, and they open the door and see Boa and Mei Ying in there. Boa yells for them to get out. And for some reason, that's motivation enough for a match later. Then we have a promo with Duke Hudson. He says it doesn't matter if it's a squared circle or a poker table. In this poker room, we don't discriminate. Better luck next time. And then we get we were supposed to get Cora Jade versus Virginia Ferry, but instead Frankie Monet took out Virginia and stepped in herself. So we got Cora Jade versus Frankie Monet.
Are there fairies in Virginia? Is that what she named herself after? Like a legit fairy in Virginia?
No clue. Never been in Virginia.
I've been in Virginia twice. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm a globetrotter. What can I say? Never been on a ferry in Virginia though. I've been to actually every state on the Eastern Seaboard. That's Maine. Bitch. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going through right now.
Yep.
I know that you hate it, but we skipped over Ikemen versus Joe Gacy.
Oh shit, you're right. This was actually you removed Joe Gacy's gimmick from it. It was a fun match. All because of Ikemen.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because Ikemen was there.
Gacy had a cool clothesline at the end, but that's really it. Yeah, why don't you talk about Ikemen and Gacy?
Sadly. So there's a side headlock on Gacy and a shoulder tackle that he no-sells. There's an arm drag and a Hurricane Rana to Gacy. At some point or another, Gacy like hugs Ikemen and is like, I know you can knock me down. Like, I believe in you. I was like, I want a lobotomy. So Ikemen gets flung into the corner. There's a suplex to Ikemen and then a dragon sleeper on Gacy into a neck breaker. And then Ikemen gets a funky little neck twist and some interesting strikes with his hand against, like, using his jacket, basically. We get a kick upside the head to Gacy and a Hurricane Rana, and then a lariat to Ikemen off the ropes for Joe Gacy to fucking win. And then Joe Gacy goes to walk out, and there's some fucking weird dude who's standing in the fucking crowd. And he's bald. And it's like, who's this bald man?
Who's this skinhead?
And then you come to find out, it's Parker fucking Boudreaux.
Yeah.
Man, I wasn't like his biggest fan from the get-go. Like, nothing against him. It was just I didn't care. But what did they do to my boy?
Are they gonna do a fucking liberal versus skinhead feud?
Yes.
Not good, not good, not good. Look how they massacred my boy.
That's exactly how it feels. And like, I didn't even care about him to begin with, but now I like care very much.
Yeah, he could have been fucking the next Brock Lesnar or some shit. All right, so now Cora Jade versus Frankie Monet.
Yeehaw.
Actually, before we do that, can we talk about Rick Boogs' tweet? When Mandy came on the fucking screen at first, Rick Boogs tweeted, Mandy Rose squeezing you between her thighs must feel like a sloth decimating your core with its death clutch grip. I've seen her squat in the gym. She's got some power. Boogs, you got a wife and kids.
He's got kids?
A kid, I think.
A kid's his kid?
Yeah.
Fuck. You know, I don't want to be that person either, but I'm going to be that person because I'm in a bad mood. So, let's start there. What the fuck were the shorts that Mandy was wearing? Are they not supposed to go over the vagina?
You mean they're not supposed to be at her knees?
Well, they're... I didn't...
It was a thirst trap, Liz. That's what it's called.
It reminds me of Alicia Edwards. It doesn't remind me of this, but it just made me think back to Impact with Alicia. And when she had the pants with like the cutouts by the ass, and I was like, what are we doing? Except this was worse. Yeah. Alicia, I was just like, that's confusing. But okay. Like, I would not want to sit on a subway seat with those pants.
Yeah.
But Mandy's, I was like, how is that even comfy? I don't know, man. This is bringing out my inner, like, fucking church mom.
Look, Liz, you know how she had 2 people cheering for her? That's 2 more people than would have been cheering had she not been wearing those shorts.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that, Mark.
Is anyone gonna argue with me? What I thought. Marks. Anyway, Cora Jade was Frankie Monet.
Mark. Yeah. So Frankie, kills Virginia Ferry, and then Robert Stone's just like, you're fighting her now, Cora. Which I don't think is how it works, but William Regal doesn't exist anymore, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So Frankie breaks Cora down, gets some double knees onto her in the corner. Trey Baxter comes out, and he's trying to, like, cheer her on, and Frankie stomps on Cora's back. Cora dodges Frankie as she runs into the corner. There's a nasty fucking spear to Cora Jade. Then Cora rolls up Frankie to win.
Yep. Someone who's just in a title match just got beat by somebody who hasn't gotten a win. Let that sink in for a hot second. Alright, so then we have a promo with MSK. They say, gonna be a tough test tonight. GYV walks in. Last week, you called yourself fighting champs. You 2 snakes have found another loophole. You're all talk. MSK are like, alright, how about we make this elimination style? Then Brooks and Jensen walk in, and they're like, well, boys, I'm punch some faces, and they beat everyone up. And Carmelo Hayes and Trick come in, join the fight. Then we get an interview with Ciampa. He says, Mackenzie, Braun Breaker was yelling. At Halloween Havoc, he gets to share the ring with a certifiable main eventer. Joe Gacy then walks in for some reason. Says that's some awful toxic energy you pull out there. You must be feeling the privilege of being NXT champion. We would love to be included in an opportunity for the NXT championship. But Mr. Gacy, Mr. Gacy, you're just pulling out buzzwords. You're just pulling out buzzwords there.
He was 5 seconds from like making me turn the TV off. I was getting, and I guess, you know what, maybe I'm gonna be the triggered snowflake mark that they want, but it's just, oh my god, it makes me cringe so bad. It's so bad.
You see, you wouldn't have these kind of reactions if he was a good character. You can keep this gimmick and have him be a good character. You can give him a good storyline. You can give good motivations. I just gave you one earlier. You can have his character influence how he wrestles in the ring, but it doesn't. None of that happens. You don't have any motivation. You don't have any in-ring character work. None of that. It all falls flat. So, and Ciampa says, you want a shot? You beat me next week, we can add you to the main event of Halloween Havoc. Next week, that ring ain't a safe space. So we're bringing championship contender matches to NXT now. This sucks. This really sucks. And you know what? Gacy's probably gonna win. Whether it's clean or not. But then we had a really good match. Pete Dunne versus Cameron Grimes.
It would have been a better match if it had lasted a little longer. And it's hard for me now because like the crowd is still so obnoxious and like they're yelling at Ridge, who's not even in the fucking ring, and I'm like, what are we doing?
But you know what? That's yelling at the heel instead of yelling at MSK.
True. I guess I can't be that.
They should have opened the show with this match. I feel like this would have been a really good opener.
Yeah. This would have made sense as an opener.
You wouldn't have the motivation behind it, which, I mean, I get why you didn't have his opening match then, but still, did Ember and Mandy have any motivation at all?
So there's a front face lock on Grimes. Grimes ends up getting a wrist lock on Pete. There's a vicious Hurricane Rana to Pete, and then an arm drag into an arm submission hold, right into a side headlock again. Pete hits Grimes, though, with a deep clean and clothesline and starts breaking Grimes' finger. Spends a lot of time slowly dismantling the arm of Cameron. A crossbody, then takes Pete off the ropes. Crossbody to Pete off the ropes. I like reading my own notes. I think it's fun. There's a kick upside the head to Cameron and a knee drop on the arm and a suplex and a double stomp on the fingers and a kick around the head to Grimes. It's a whole fucking ordeal. Dunn then wants an armbar, but Grimes flips free. He suplexes Pete. There's a kick, though, to the side of the face of Grimes, and then Kyle O'Reilly comes out of nowhere. Axe Ridge. Pete then fucking takes him and tosses him over the announce desk. Just straight up, you see Kyle attacking Ridge, and then you just see Kyle behind the announce desk, and you're like, hey, Prince, what happened? So Grimes goes for the cave in, but Pete actually kind of catches him, tosses him into the top rope, throat first. And then Grimes gets hit with the bitter end to win, and Kyle O'Reilly pulls the Chris Sabin and says, I'm not done, and jumps back into the ring to finish some business.
Yep. Then we had a promo from Hit Row. Said, you know what they aren't buzzing about? Legato. We're not running from y'all, we're running to money. SmackDown chose us. I'm getting sick of this back and forth. Santos, want to challenge my manhood. You got it when I beat you. If you don't know, now you know. And then, the big moment everyone's been waiting for. It's fucking Tony time. Tony D'Angelo's debut against Malik Blade, the Gabagool, finally arriving.
Dude, Tony is so over with the crowds.
He is the most over wrestler in their first match ever.
That shit's insane. Bitches love him.
And you know what? He's really good because he leans into the gimmick. He's all in, and the crowd's all in, and I'm all in.
Dude, I love this guy. At first, when we first saw him, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is gonna be bad. But it's not even bad. It's just fun.
Yeah, he's good in the ring, and it's a lot of people will tell you in wrestling and in whatever kind of entertainment you're doing, if you believe what you say, other people will believe you. And Tony is fully committing to it, behind what he says, and so everyone gets behind him. And you know what? He's not a face, he's not a heel. Looks like he's going to be a tweener, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I love him. I love him so much. He is like the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a side headlock on Malik, and then a shoulder tackle to him, and then another side headlock. Blade ends up jumping into the arms of Tony and gets a rib buster. He ends up hitting a dropkick to Tony, and then a clothesline and a crossbody, and then a belly-to-belly suplex after just a little bit of, a little bit of vamping to the crowd, if you will. We then get like this funky little, like his finisher is a goofy little thing, huh? Like
it was like a fisherman backbreaker, fisherman neckbreaker or something.
Yeah, something like that. It was a weirdo. I loved it.
I think I saw it called just a fisherman breaker.
I don't know. I just know that it happened, and it was very interesting, and I have not seen anything quite like it before.
Yeah, they gotta call it like the Mamma Mia, or the Gabagool. The I'm walking here. Or not even words, just the. Oh god.
And then apparently you said that he slipped the ref a 50.
Before the match, he slipped the ref a 50. Oh god. He's fully committing, and that's the best part. When anybody fully commits to their gimmick, when it's as ridiculous as this, actually even when it's not ridiculous, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Tony could be the one thing that makes me forget how unfortunate today's episode was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, because we had that promo right beforehand with Tony.
It was
just talking.
They did. I think they just used footage from last week.
I'm not sure, because it does sound like stuff that. The thing is that nothing that he has said has been so original that I could point it to, like, oh, this was last week's or whatever. But it's just so funny. God.
Yeah. All right. So then we had an interview with Trick Mello, which I think is their new team name, Trick Mello. That's what they've been calling themselves. Carmelo says, we finessed our way into a title match, and I didn't even have to use the contract. You're looking at the champ and the future champ. Damn. Only Carmelo's gonna be the champ, not Trick. Alright. Then we have, for some reason, Mei Ying versus Indy Hartwell. This should have been saved for next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this one. There was a headlock on Mei Ying, and then a no-sold shoulder tackle. She stomped on Indy. There was a weird shove to the chest that dropped Indy. Like, she basically straight up just, like, went, like, say this is her hand. She just went, and Indy just sold it like she had been, like, punched in the chest.
I think she was shot.
So Indy ends up being subjected to some sort of like weird ass like pressure point chokehold. She manages to maneuver herself out of the ring. Mei Ying ends up shoving Indy into the post ringside with the hold still in place. Persia then interferes and gets a boot to the face to kind of save Indy. Indy then gets Mei Ying back in the ring, hits her with a drop elbow to win. Which,
Yeah.
It's not looking good for Johnny and Candice, or the Way, or anything that was built up in the last year.
Yeah, no more Way intro for Indy, no more Way gear, no more, I mean, I understand her teaming with Persia rather than Candice because the obvious. But not even like any sign of Johnny today. And the fact that he wasn't drafted is a bad sign. It's bad news. It really does.
Yeah. It's not good.
Then we had a promo with Lash Legend talking to some people. He says, next week I'm lashing out. I'm going to spill some tea. Tony D'Angelo walks in. He says, Mamma Mia, if you want some eyeballs, you'll have me as a guest. He walks away, and Lash Legend fucking says, I love him in the Sopranos movie. God damn it. God damn it.
I was like, that doesn't feel... That wasn't as... I don't know about that.
That regardless of what it is, it's just stupid. That's a dumb line. Then we get a video package for Diamond Mines, basically an introduction video talking about all their members. Malcolm Bivens is great. I don't know about everyone else in the team though. I like Roddy. He's a good wrestler, but he doesn't fit in Diamond Mine. Not anymore. Then we had Raquel Gonzalez in the ring. She says, Toxic Attraction has been making headlines, but Mandy has all that hair dye seeped into your brain. I have been dominating this division for close to a year. This title isn't a fashion accessory. This means you're the best female in the best division in the business. Wouldn't call it the best division anymore. Touch my title again and you will be posing for a body cast. Toxic Attraction come out. Mandy says, I really used to admire you, your strength, tenacity, coming off desperate. You know, your title reign is coming to an end. We're taking over and not even an unstoppable Raquel Gonzalez is going to slow us down. Gigi says, Mandy Rose is championship material. You can't help but stare in awe at us. Gacy says, I can't, oh no. Raquel says, I can't help but stare at those 6 staples in your head. You know what, Raquel? I'm on your side for once. JC says, we can add jealousy to desperate. We're the face of NXT 2.0. No, you're not. Soon enough, Toxic Attraction will be holding all the gold in the women's division. We're not just Toxic Attraction, we're the attraction. So they then surround Raquel. Io and Zoe run in to help. Toxic Attraction then run away. And that ends that promo. And then we get a promo with Von Wagner and Kyle. Von Wagner walks in and he says, next week, it's you and me versus Ridge and Pete. Whether you like it or not, I'm the only one that's got your back. If you have a feeling you wouldn't like it, why would you set up the match in the first place? Why don't you just fight Ridge or something?
I just like that he's like, well, Kyle, I know you didn't ask me to do this, and I know you didn't ask me to be your friend, but I'm your only friend now, so deal with it. And Kyle's just like...
And I know you're in a lot of pain, but I set us up for a match. You're welcome.
I also love that Kyle was like, hey, can you just let me deal with my problems on my own? And Ridge was like, yeah, sure. Just kidding. Or not Ridge. Von Wagner. Same diff.
Yeah.
It's a tall, big blonde man.
Then we get Io, Zoe, and Raquel in an interview. Io says, I don't like them more than I don't like you. Zoe says, "We're the champions here." Indy then walked in and said, "Not for much longer. Toxic Attraction isn't the only team you have to worry about." And then Zoe says, "Wait, didn't we win these titles by beating you?" Io then says, "The only gold you'll wear is on your hand and in your ears." I thought Indy was a face. Like, what is happening? What? She's just out here antagonizing people now for no reason? What happened to the, like, all the, favor she gained from the wedding? What happened to all that?
She fucking hangs out with Persia for one fucking day, I guess.
I guess so.
Persia, you're a bad influence. God damn it.
We need Candace and Johnny back. And then finally we end the night with Briggs and Jensen versus GYV versus Trick Mello versus MSK for the NXT tag title.
Zooey mama, was this a stressful little fucking match, eh?
All because of the crowd.
Yeah. So we've got Wes Lee versus Zach Gibson. There's double knees around the neck of Gibson and a flip down to bomb him into the mat. Nash gets in off of Wes. There's a double stomp onto Gibson's back after the usual flurry of offense. We then get a tornado arm drag to Gibson, and then Carmelo gets in off of Gibson. It's a sling blade to Nash. Trick gets in off of Mello. Slings Nash into the Brooks and Briggs corner. First gets in off of Nash, and Nash is more than fucking happy to just be like, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna go lay down on the ground for a little while." There's a hard uppercut and a clothesline to Jensen. Mello gets in off of Trick. There's an inverted atomic drop to Carmelo. Briggs gets in off of Brooks. Trick gets in off of Carmelo. Jesus, I can't keep up with my own fucking notes, dude. I can't even keep up with this. Trick gets in off of Carmelo. They both Briggs and Brooks stomp on Trick. Briggs and Brooks then attack GYV while attacking Carmelo and Trick. Like they're splashing in opposite corners, like they're going like do, and then they're going do, and yeah, that's the thing. Wes Lee gets in off of somebody. I don't fucking know. One of the Brooks Briggs boys, probably. He cannonballs out of the ring onto Carmelo and Trick. Nash gets in off of Wes. He hits the assisted blockbuster to Trick, and Trick gets his team eliminated by getting pinned. Gibbs then clotheslines Wes Lee. Drake gets in off of Gibson. There's an assisted dropkick from Gibson to Lee off of the top rope. Then we get a double clothesline after Gibson tags back in. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not easy. It's not a fucking easy match to get through. Whew.
Oh yeah.
So there's a double clothesline after Gibson tags back in off of James Drake. Gibson then sacks Wes Lee. Drake gets in off of Gibson. Nash gets in off of Wes after Wes kind of do-si-dos around Drake. James Drake to get the tag. Nash clotheslines James Drake, and James goes to jump over Nash, but Nash grabs his leg and drops him. We get a German suplex, and then a PK, and then a moonsault, and then Gibson removes Drake from the ring, and Nash kicks him before moonsaulting down onto both of them. Gibson then won't let Nash get back into the ring, like he's holding onto him ringside, which I thought was very funny. Gibson ends up being the legal guy. There's a ticket to mayhem, but apparently Nash is not legal. Briggs is legal. I didn't see that tag. But Brooks and Briggs come in to like save MSK, and they powerbomb Zach Gibson to eliminate Grizzled Young Veterans. Wes Lee then gets an elbow to the face from Brooks, and Briggs gets in and hits a boot to Nash's face, and then there's a team powerbomb on Wes, and then Brooks goes to powerbomb Wes Lee, and Nash takes Briggs from the ring, and Wes Lee rolls down to pin Brooks Jensen. And if none of that made sense to you, none of it made sense to me either, so I guess just watch the episode.
Don't tell them to watch the episode, because then they won't watch us.
Shit, don't watch the episode. I did a great job, and that's all you're gonna get.
Sabotaging us.
Shit.
Also, I think we can solidify that Brooks and Jensen are the dumbest motherfuckers in all of NXT.
Yeah. Why were they holding the titles for so long?
Why were they holding the titles? Why did they save GYV? Oh no, why did they save MSK? Like, that makes no sense. You could have eliminated the champions without putting in any effort. And then you would just have GYV to go through. Oh god. Maybe it's them acknowledging that Americans are not as good as the English in bar fights. Maybe.
I just want to say that it was lovely seeing Marcel, Brattel, and Fabian. I miss them a lot, and I like that. It kind of seems like they're next in line.
Yeah, they came out to attack MSK after the match, and then Brooks and Jensen helped. I actually see if they're next in line according to my notes. Yes, they are. They are next in line. So they're next in line. Electra Lopez is next in line for Raquel, and Zion Quinn is next in line for a singles title. Whether that's Ciampa, Roddy, or Swerve.
I was like sitting here, I was like, who the fuck is the men's champ in NXT?
It's 3.
I could not remember. Oh, you know what I meant.
And also there's only one women's tag team right now. Active.
Yeah, we talked about that last night. Let's not remember it, please. Who do you think is gonna dethrone Swerve?
Santos next week.
Oh yeah.
That whole dethrone Roddy. Yeah. I think it's gonna be.
Watch your back, Roddy.
I think it's gonna be Ivy Nile.
If it's Ivy Nile, then it better be me next. Damn. I'm scrappy.
Maybe it'll be Carmelo Hayes. Because Vince doesn't want small guys anymore. Alright, so let's talk about best of the night, shall we? Shall we?
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck! Son of a bitch!
You even made a comment about it with the news.
I'm not doing well today, okay? I'm not doing well. I think that's fair to say.
Okay. Imagine you just did that.
Oh, same vibe, babe.
No, I didn't hear you because I was talking.
And that seems to be a theme.
What?
What?
So, let's talk about promo of the night real quick. There were no good ones.
Let's talk about promo of the night. None of them.
I mean, while we're going through best of the night, leave a question in the chat and we'll get to it after the best of the night. Just so they're there. God, what were some good promos? Let's see. There was Legato's, which was fine. Cameron Grimes' interview, which was dumb. All the Von Wagner Kyle stuff was dumb. Ciampa, you know what? Fine, I'll fucking give it to Ciampa and Breaker. My pick.
Okay.
The only thing that was like anything notable, I guess. There's no Andre Chase stuff. There's no Tony D'Angelo promos.
Nothing new, at least.
Yeah. All right, you want to talk about Wrestler of the Night?
Yeah, we can talk about Wrestler of the Night.
I got 2 picks. I got 2. And, I got 3. I got 3. 3 picks. I'm gonna let you pick from those 3. Unless you have another one. Unless you have another one you want to pick. That you're, like, dying to pick. So, my 3 are Cameron Grimes, Nash Carter, and Tony D'Angelo.
I'm choosing Tony! It's Tony time!
Are you actually?
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely choosing Tony.
Okay. Damn.
Who did you want me to choose?
Hoping like Cameron Grimes or something. I'm trying to hold on to the past right now.
Cameron has next week when he finds the love of his life.
God, no, he's never gonna wrestle again.
No, he probably won't. That's fair.
All
We had a
right.
good run.
So match of the night. We're gonna, as always, we go from worst to the best. Starting with a 3 out of 10, Mei Ying versus Indy Hartwell. Mei Ying should have won. This match shouldn't have happened. All the wrestling was really lame. It was bad. Next up, 3 out of 10, Mandy Rose versus Ember Moon. Wrong person won. Not very fun. Yeah. Mandy won with very little offense. Very short. So next up, 4 out of 10, Cora Jade versus Frankie Monet. It accomplished what it was supposed to. I'm fine with the result, but it was just not fun. Wasn't enjoyable. Next up, 4 out of 10, Ichimonjiro versus Joe Gacy. Wrong person won with very little offense once again. God damn it. But Ichiman was a ton of fun to watch. Dude is so good. I wish he would get more of a push. But you know what? WWE doesn't like their non-English speakers.
Yep.
Next up, 4 out of 10, Odyssey Jones versus LA Knight. Wrong person won, but it was still a decent match. You know, it was fine. I enjoyed watching LA Knight get that neck breaker. Would have been a number higher, but Andre Chase coming in to, you know, cause a distraction was pretty lame. Andre Chase will be the perfect tweener. Just yelling at everyone.
Yeah.
Next up, 5 out of 10, Malik Blade versus Tony D'Angelo. It was a decent match. Watching Tony was a lot of fun, but gotta be objective. I can't give everything to Tony.
Unfortunately.
It was still a squash match, but it was a more even squash match than most. Tony's gonna be a great performer. I mean, he's already got a lot going on now. All right. Next up, 6 out of 10. Briggs and Jensen versus GYV versus MSK versus Trick Mello. It was fun. I don't think MSK should have won. I mean, I take that back. MSK should have been the ones to win, which they were. I thought it was going to go to somebody else. It kind of shocked me. But it was still fun, and I don't know. It felt weird that Briggs and Jensen broke up. The pin. The crowd kind of ruined the match, as the CWC crowd often does.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was still pretty fun. And finally, my pick for match of the night: Pete Dunne versus Cameron Grimes. 6 out of 10. It was a lot of fun, but the whole Kyle coming in to beat up Ridge was pretty dumb. But it wasn't like your typical distraction where, oh, Pete or Cameron was distracted, so he's the one who loses. No, Cameron Grimes still still got the upper hand. I thought it was still a lot of fun. Great result. Great wrestling. These guys are still some of the best NXT has. And a fantastic showing from Cameron Grimes. Do you agree?
I'll give it to you.
Cool. So to run it back, promo of the night, Ciampa and Braun Breaker. Wrestler of the night, Tony D'Angelo. Match of the night, Pete Dunne versus Cameron Grimes. Alright, so do you want to answer some questions?
Yes.
Alright, so we've only got one in chat. Miriam asked, if you could give NXT a new theme song, what would you pick? Because this soundtrack just doesn't hit for me. The soundtrack was fine for me the first time we heard it. Now hearing it every week, multiple times a week,
Just
so tiring.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. There's not a single theme song I could pick that wouldn't bring us back to what we just left.
Well, actually, Poppy's new album. Pull a song from that. Poppy's new album is fantastic.
I haven't listened to it.
Oh, you should.
I'm not a big fan of Poppy, honestly.
You might change your mind with her new album because it's more, no pun intended, poppy.
I would bring us back to the old days, and I would probably make it Parasite Eve, and no one can change my mind. Because
back to the old days, because that's
back to like the grungier, edgier days in terms of what we just had a couple months ago. The old days, since we're in the new era.
Probably do like ska or something. Imagine ska opening fucking NXT.
Fine. It couldn't be worse, honestly. So,
if they want to keep kind of like a similar like vibe while keeping the hip hop rap aspect, I do Tyler the Creator. I think he fits that really well.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know. I don't know like any music that would actually fit what's going on now.
Mm.
And maybe that's just because I hate what's going on now.
Probably. Just Tony D'Angelo's theme song. Oh, or how about the Sopranos intro?
Fucking, what is it? Fucking Bad Moon Rising or whatever?
Or something like that.
You know what? It's Tony time. Why not?
Oh, you know what would fit this NXT super well? Imagine Dragons. It would fit so well because it would be bad.
Okay, first of all, I do like a couple of their old songs.
Oh, I do too, but they're not good.
Second of all, I can think of two off the top of my head that would fit this perfectly, and it's
Radioactive.
Awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the questions we have. Liz, I had a question for you this morning, but I can't remember. Oh, shoot. Since we have a little bit of time, I saw the question earlier, but I can't remember what it was. Where was it? It had to do with wrestlers, of course. Miriam said Radioactive is perfect for Toxic Attraction. You know what? It can't be any worse than their current walkout, which is so generic.
Sure.
Where's this question? I saw it earlier and I can't remember it.
I hope you remember. I like questions.
God.
Also, guess what? Want to know something funny? Do you want to know something really funny?
Sure.
The Yankees lost.
I figured that when you turned the TV off angrily.
I'm moving on to hockey. Boys. Going back to being a Red Wings fan, whether that brings me any joy or not, I'm pretty sure it won't, but...
You said you're being a Red Wings fan?
Yeah, I used to watch the Red Wings a lot.
Oh, God. Just be a Rangers fan.
Yeah, that'd be way too easy, Mark. Way too easy.
I think too easy would be being an Islanders fan.
I mean, easy in terms of, like, I could actually go see a Rangers game.
I saw a post that just said that being in the live audience for WWE TV is not fun at all.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Can't find this question. It's really bothering me.
You should just ask me a question anyways. I'll take anything.
Okay. I remember it now. All of a sudden. Change the first name of any wrestler to ruin them. I thought of the best one immediately. Chris Cross.
Oh my god, I don't know.
You could do let's see. John Gacy.
Well, at this point,
Yeah. I saw somebody say BJ Styles.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those things where I'm like, other people are a lot funnier than I am.
I saw the responses to this. They weren't very funny.
Well, your responses are funny.
The first one was, yeah. Thought of some before. I can't remember.
Man, I don't know. I want to ruin somebody.
Instead of the Miz, Les Miz.
You can make Kenny, instead of Kenny Omega, Alpha Omega.
No, that would be so cool.
Would it though?
Better.
I don't think so. I feel like that would be really bad.
How about
very lame?
How about Michael Cole Bebe?
That's horrible. Man, I don't know. I feel like I should.
Brittany Baker. You don't need to change much there.
No. I don't know. I want to have like a quirky little answer here, but I don't.
I mean, you could just give everyone generic names. Like that's an easy way to do it. Like Ian Archer.
All I'm thinking of is instead of Ember Moon, Twilight New Moon.
I don't know why that's where your mind's going.
I don't know. I just saw Moon in my head and I was like, ah.
All right. Well, I think that's enough. Do you want to close out for us?
Mark, what's your favorite animal?
Favorite animal? I don't know. Dog?
If you could have any exotic animal, what would you choose? Like as a pet?
I don't
And
know.
it wouldn't kill you. So you could have anything, it's not going to kill you.
I don't know. Maybe a monkey would be too much trouble. I've always been a fan of panthers. Even as a kid. Love panthers.
Okay.
They're all black.
Okay. Fair enough. I've always wanted a tiger.
Huh, okay.
And then Tiger King came out and I was like, that dream's ruined.
You want to close with the podcast?
Yeah, I guess. I don't have any good jokes today, so. Sorry.
The Yankees. I feel like if I didn't make it, you would have.
My serotonin just drops off once the baseball season is over. I'm saying the baseball season is over. We still have the entire postseason. I'm going to pick a team. And I'm going to root for them. It will probably be
the Dodgers.
Are they in it again this year?
I think they're in the wild card.
Oh, Dodgers! Woo! Like, I'm gonna stop fucking watching baseball.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I'd die. Anyways, so if you joined us tonight, thank you so much. And if you join us in the future, thank you so much. Happy daylight savings time is coming up. Happy Halloween. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah. Halloween.
It does not register in my head as a thing.
You used to think Christmas is the best, but now, after walking around and seeing all the Halloween decorations, no, I love Halloween.
Right. So first of all, I don't know why my tongue is red. Second of all, I don't think Christmas is the best. I think the holiday season is the best.
Thank you all for watching. Follow and subscribe. Our YouTube is the Pinfall Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, join the live show at twitch.tv/the Pinfall Podcast. What, Liz?
Please join us on Friday after we go through hell and back with everything that we've got to do in the coming days. Because we will be talking about SmackDown one way or the other. We'll be here, buddy. So.
We will not be doing our 2K20 Universe Mode Battle of the Brands. That'll instead be on Saturday. So join then for that. In the meantime, enjoy the week. We'll see you on Friday. Our Twitter's at Pinfall Podcast. I'm at the Mark Cameron. Liz is at Eliza Elaine23. See you on Friday night SmackDown. Have a fantastic rest of your night and rest of your week.